going on, everybody? Good afternoon. Welcome to episode 13 of season 8 of Flyers Alley, brought to you by Iron and Steel Threads. Gonna be a good one today. Got a little short boy. Got me and Armin in the house. Armin, how you doing in the blizzard of 95?
We're doing good, man. So far, so good, at least. I hope you didn't run out of milk, bread, and eggs. People are losing their minds.
So before it's funny you say that. Before the month ends, me and Wade are going to get in here. We're going to do a living room show shirt. By the way, living room show shirt. Just
it's huge. Big time. Looks sick.
Such a good looking one.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll get into that ad read in a second. But yeah, so we're going to do a living room show episode. I thought it was all a scam. But then the snow came and was like, oh my God. Like, this is ridiculous. But we prepared pretty good. Lens went to Aldi, but she had to go to Aldi and wait an hour after they opened because the shelves were completely empty. Like, so I had beer. I was ready to rock. But like even yesterday, I was gonna do a day, and then I just passed out on my couch. It was just dead. Yeah. Spent the day in the hospital the other day with Charlotte Bell. Had a little injury, hockey injury, but she's good to go. But yeah, it's been a wild one here with the weather and been home with the kids, so you know the deal.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's a very interesting week in Flyers hockey here. It's definitely been a surprising week. So like we always say here in the alley, if you do want to call in and tell us what you're thinking, call the OCSN landline at 302-615-0744. Tell us what you're thinking. And also make sure you guys go to facebook.com/Flyers Alley and facebook.com/Olde City Sports. Twitter at Flyers Alley Pod 1 and Instagram at Flyers Alley and Instagram at Olde City Sports Network, and go to our YouTube page and subscribe and follow for that. And make sure you go to www.oldcitysports.com. Check out what we got going on over there for your favorite OCSN podcast, articles, and more. And visit our merch shop at ocsn-shop.fourthwall.com. We are working on that because that's a mouthful. But yeah, awesome merch over there right now. Selling like hotcakes. It's great for once. But yeah, let's get into what happened. For everybody that's new here, we'll have the numbers scrolling at the bottom. The OCSN landline is on. Let me make sure that the volume is up on that, and it is. And yeah, so let's get into it for the Flyby Games, brought to you by Riverlily Coffee Co. All right, Flyby Games brought to you by Riverlily Coffee Co. They just opened up. They got the doors open, I believe, actually next week or the week after. Everything's done over there. So if you're local to the Delco area, Aston and Booth Wynn, Meeting House Road and Pennell on the corner there by the Rural Farms. New music venue and coffee house for everybody that's into that stuff. Go to Instagram and Facebook, Riverlily Coffee Co. I know they got some merch ripping up over there as well. All right, so like I said, interesting week of Flyers hockey. Flyers played the Golden Knights. We're going to start there. I think that's where we should start. Let's see. Yeah, we'll start there. Flyers played the Golden Knights 1-2-1, which started the surprising week we had here, because I'm pretty sure last week was just doom and gloom in the alley, which it should have been. You know, it's the way that it had to be. Yeah. But anyway, so just going over the goals in the first period, Konechny got his 16th unassisted. And then he got another one shorthanded in the third, obviously unassisted, getting his 17th. This was a Sam Ersson win because we don't have any other choice, which I'll be honest with you. Left the game. Well, I'll go over this. Left the game with a 960 save percentage, which I think is like a career high. I don't know about shutouts. There were none of them this year. Shots on goal were 25-17 Vegas. 3 stars of the game were Konechny, Ersson, and Tomas Hurdle, who actually I used to be a huge fan of when he was a Shark. I'm not gonna lie about that. But the this was in Philly. Oh no, what T-Mobile Arena? Sorry, this was an away stint over in Vegas. And now that was the first surpriser of the week. Any thoughts on that?
That was, we could. I don't think we have to argue it, but that was Urson's best game of the year. It was a huge showing from him. TK putting the team on his back to the same goal. You know what I mean? Yep. Breakaway, one shorthanded. That's huge. It was a hell of a way to start the week because that was one of the games that I was like, that's gonna be a doozy. And they did outshoot us. I will say this, and it's not to take credit away from the team. Vegas missed the net a lot. They missed the net a whole lot, like a wide open net. Jack Eichel missed the net a couple times. So that game could have went either way, but they didn't get the bounces, and that's hockey. It's the way she goes. So we got the dub, and I'll take it any way I can get it.
I'll break into it a little bit more just to give it a little bit more context on Vegas's end. Aiden Hill has missed a lot of time.
So, that was his first game in a while, right?
Right. So, which is, hey, listen, that's how it is. That's not the Flyers' fault. The penalties did add up on our end. It was definitely, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 6-2 on in penalties against. Dvorak gets a minor for holding in the first. Barkey, and it's kind of weird. They were playing this game. They were calling this game close as shit to the book, dude. Because you get Dvorak, you get Barkey, Mitchkoff's in the box all the time. Noah Cates isn't in the box that much. Sandheim, you can see. I think you could add him into the category of knock your shit off and stop. I think someone said it in our group chat for Flyers Alley, like Sandheim acting like a tough guy. Yeah, I'm like over that. Like I get it. Finish it. Drop the gloves then. If you're gonna act like that and get the mean face like he does, drop the gloves. Don't take the penalty. If you're gonna take one, at least have it be fighting.
Earn it. Yeah, earn that.
But yeah, this is a great win. I was absolutely shocked. I did not watch this game. I'll be honest with you. At least once I went back and watched it with Charlotte Bell. But at sometimes once a year, well, at least once or twice a year, I take a break because I feel like I may be the bad luck charm sometimes. And they win. And then, I mean, here we are. So, big fan of this game. It's good to come in. And are they the best? They're not the best team. We'll get to that. Are they the best team in the league?
No, that would be Colorado, right?
Okay. We'll get to that. We'll get to that talk. So then Wednesday, we go into Mormon territory and lose to the Mammoth 5-4. And I did watch this. But not at the point where you guys. I started watching. And I was like, I'm out of here. Like it's just. Once it started, the wheels started falling apart. Falling off. I ended. And yeah, so we lost that in overtime. And let's see. So let me get to the. Okay, so York gets his 4th of the season in the first, assisted by Dvorak at Sandheim. Dvorak gets his 11th of the season, assisted by TK and Juleson. Actually, we did have a fight. Not putting that in there. That was just a.
Oh my! That wasn't a fight. My 4-year-old throws better.
We'll bring it up. I'm not. We'll use it, but I'm not gonna. We're not bringing a video up. Yeah. So then you get Brink in the second, getting his 12th of the season, power play goal, assisted by Drysdale and Zegras. Dvorak gets his 2nd of the night, 12th of the season, power play goal, assisted by Zegras and Drysdale. And then that's where they kind of took over. Obviously, Gunther and Keller get 2 in the third, and then Keller gets the overtime winner. Let's see. Urson leaves the game 8-15 save percentage. The shots on goal were in our favor, 29-27. They had more penalties than we did. Not gonna get into them because it is what it is. But this sucks because we were putting on a clinic there for a second, and then I think this is where I can toss it over to you because you did watch the full game and there were some serious issues that had happened. I don't know if you're able to number them off. I'm allowing you to torch my boy.
Okay. So the obvious one, the glaring issue was Hathaway staring at a wide open net with nobody around him, decides he wants to handle the puck and play with it instead of just taking the shot and putting it in the empty net. And I've seen a lot of discussion about it. Guys are like, listen, guys that have played will tell you like these things can happen. I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. And there was nobody around you. You're a professional hockey player. You could have slid it in the direction of the net. I would rather you miss the net than overhandle the puck and get your pocket picked. That's just one issue.
Oh,
we had the lead, and we gave it up. Then TK at the line, he's getting smothered. He decides to dump the puck back into our zone, and there they go. They tie it up with the empty net. What are you doing with that? And TK is one of these dudes where it's so confusing because the game prior, this dude's breakaway, shorthanded goal, putting the team on his back, playing out of his mind. And then he does that. He did the same thing, I think, in overtime. Overskated, tried to dump it back and he just give it up. Just give him the puck. I understand, try to get it back to the defenseman, open it up a little bit, and then push back up the ice. I get that, but the pass wasn't there. It's an empty net, and you have the lead. Just push it in the zone and regroup, play the line. Anything but what you did. I just don't – I don't like that. I was out of my mind after that game. I, almost couldn't sleep, and I was like, it's just like Hathaway needs to walk to Colorado now. Yeah, Hathaway should walk to Colorado. He should be scratched, and he should be sitting next to Kolosov and tell them to go get coffee or something. Tell them to fucking keep busy, do something else because that was just crazy. But you can't put too much on it, and we'll talk about why because of the following game of how that happened, and and other people. The same thing happened to them, and they're players that we never criticize. We always talk highly of them. So obviously this does happen. But that was one of them ones where you gave that they didn't. Utah didn't win the game. We gave them the 2 points. We gave them 2 points. So we had the lead. We were dominant in the game. They spent most of the time in the box, like you said. Power play has been, we had a couple power play goals this week and a couple shorthanded goals this week, which is great. But when they're giving you all these opportunities, you really got to rise to the occasion. You got to step up. You got to put the puck in the net.
I did watch, obviously, the highlights, and I did watch Clayton Keller in overtime just literally walk in and just tap it in. That's bad. I wasn't, I mean, I can't say who it was. There was who was supposed to be defending him in overtime who let him go. Which
I don't know. I can't remember. At that point, it was why are we even in overtime? Why are we even fucking here right now, dude? We shouldn't be here. We shouldn't fucking be here. I don't know. There's a whole lot that happened that was wrong with that game. And I hate how, they show guys on the bench and they pan over to Kolosov. He looks like a homeless man.
I know, dude.
You know what I mean? So poor Urson's getting torched, and they pan over to him, and he looks like he should be standing out front of 69th Street begging people for a cigarette. He looks rough, dude.
I'll try to find it.
He's on the bench with full hair and a flat brim hat. With
dude, he looks like he just doesn't belong on this planet, dude.
He looks like he should be out front of a methadone clinic. He looks rough, dude. He looks rough.
He does look bad. He does look bad. And he's I don't know. He's not doing himself any. Keep that camera off him, dude. He's just yeah. Put a mask on. I don't know. Put the helmet on. Get extra ready. Stay there. Yeah, it was a rough game. I mean, and to be honest with you, I will say that especially after this, we go into Colorado and just absolutely take the Avs behind the woodshed and start the chainsaw there. and 7-3. And I'll get into it. We'll get into it in Alley Talk because there was some extracurricular speaking happening there on the broadcast end of the Avalanche that was a little unprofessional. But yeah, we go in and win 7-3. And I mean, Erson just, I don't know what's going on. Whatever Tocchet has told him, like, listen, dude, like, you're playing for your life here. This isn't your career. Like, if you mess this up, we got to put the homeless guy in. The trash can Wawa, like, not looking good. Tippett had an absolute night. And we'll get into that as well. Tippett gets his 16th in the first, assisted by Barkey and York. Barkey gets his second power play goal, assisted by Owen Tippett and Mitchkov. And just real quick, something else that the announcer said that it doesn't have to do with what we're bringing up later. Kind of like made fun of Barkey. What kind of name is that? That's a name. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. He's a fucking 20-year-old kid. Like, does this happen? Denver Barkey?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. That's crazy. Crazy talk. Anyway, power play goal assisted by Tippett and Mitchkov. Then Brink gets his 13th in the second, assisted by Cates. And then it's just absolute mayhem in orange and black. Tippett gets his second of the night, 17th of the season, assisted by Couturier. Mitchkov gets his 11th, assisted by Andre and Hathaway, by the way.
Yeah, first assist.
Yes, sir. Tippett gets his hat trick, 18th of the season, shorthanded, unassisted goal. And then Mitchkov gets his second of the night, 12th of the season, empty netter, assisted by TK. Sam Ersson leaves the game at a 914 save percentage. Mackenzie Blackwood leaves with a 684. 684.
They let his ass up,
dude. What's crazy is they beat us 35-20 in shots on goal.
Yeah. 7 goals on 20 shots is wild.
The Flyers were in the box 4 times to 2, and I'm a huge fan of McKinnon, only because he gets so fucking mad, dude, and just like he does not like losing. 3 stars of the game, obviously Owen Tippett, Matvey Mitchkov, Denver Barkey, and yeah, this was it here, and this is the reason why I guess you were saying we could just leave the talk in Utah with that game, with everything. So 7-3, first team in the Central, took them, bet them over. Thoughts on this?
Last Sunday, if you would have told me we would have walked out of this week with 5 out of 6 points, I would have told you you're absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Yep.
After what happened last week, Sunday, I would have said absolutely not. You're crazy. So it's like this team, watching these games sometimes like takes years off my life. I sit here so stressed out, and then you see, what they do to really, really good teams. Tippett having a road hat trick against the best team in the NHL is insane. It was their second regulation loss at home, and it was against the Flyers. That's insane.
Yep.
That's bananas.
But isn't there? I think they've only lost. Did you already say that they've lost 6?
Yeah, it's something crazy like that. It might be.
That's outrageous, dude. Like,
yeah, I'll tell you right now, they are 35-6-9, 79 points leading them.
Wow.
Yeah, they're 11 points over Minnesota, who's in second in the Western Conference.
What is going on here? Some reason we were disconnected from Facebook.
Whoa.
Well, from the Olde City Facebook.
Oh.
So it's fine. Yeah, so as of right now, just so before we get into the games that are going to happen, we are 4th in the Metro. In case we do play, we'll get into. We do play the Islanders tonight, 7:00, and the Islanders are ahead of us at 59 points. We're at 57. We're tied with the Washington Capitals at 57 points. So yeah, it's not over yet. So You can continue to do what you have to do here. I know people were already heading for the hills, but it's not time for that. This was a huge win. Our den was rocking. I mean, it's always nice to be able to light the lamp that many times. Brandon Paul says, let's see what he says. We scored 7 goals in Denver, and the Broncos only scored 7 points yesterday.
Yeah, that was a rough one for them. What a backup quarterback makes you think if Bo Nix didn't get hurt, that game goes a little bit different.
So yeah, we'll get into that's the games that happened. It was a very successful week. Didn't think that was going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll talk about some of the stats and such that go on to upcoming games, and that is brought to you by SeatGeek. All right, upcoming games brought to you by SeatGeek. Go to the App Store, download that bad boy, and whatever you decide to choose, use Olde City Sports Network, all one word, for the promo code to get you $20 off. Whatever you want to do. I suggest going to Lehigh if that's your thing. Basically, you'll pay like $10 for a ticket. So tonight, we have the Islanders, and we are home. Islanders at 7 o'clock. Like I said, we're 4th in the Metro. They're 3rd right now. We're battling them going forward. We have the what's it called? The Capitals on our heels. Confirmed Urson is going to be starting tonight, and they have Ilya Sorokin. They got a lot of injuries here, though. They got what was it? Pollock is out with upper body. Varlamov IR with the knee. Palmieri IR with the knee. Romanov IR with the shoulder, and Engvall long-term IR with the ankle. And the Flyers, as of right now, Vladar still on IR with lower body, Risto on IR, and the Moon with an upper body. Rodrigo Abels IR with ankle, with Tyson Forrester, like we said, he's out for the season. IR with arm now. Last time we played them, we beat them 4-3. So, like I said, this is I'm not calling it the X-Football meeting. It's fucking Wells Fargo. So.
Silly.
You can watch it on NBC Sports Philly. Corey knows. I don't know if he's watching or not, but when he listens to it or whatever, I hate when they play the Islanders. Last time, obviously, it was a good day. They just play slow hockey, and it's just boring. Hopefully, that's not how that is today, because I have off again tomorrow. This is just kind of loving this shit. So, yeah, Islanders, we'll see how that goes. The next game is Wednesday against the Blue Jackets, and they're 7th in the Metro. Carson's obviously expected. Jet Greaves is expected as well. Their injuries as followed. Fabro, lower body day-to-day. Miles Wood, I didn't even know he was still in the league. IR with the leg. Let's see, is Brendan Smith. He's on IR. IR with the knee, and we already went over ours. So we're going to see our boy Zamula.
Yeah.
So that could be interesting. I hope we fuck him up, dude. Just take that. But I do agree. I re-listened to that one episode that we talked about it. I completely did not hear the point that you said when you were like, "It's the best thing you ever did was did not show up for the Penguins." It's the only thing he's ever done for the Flyers.
Yeah.
Oh boy, just totally missed it. But
they're that's a weird team. It's like he thought they were starting to find a groove, and then I think it was last night they put the puck in their own net. It's like, what are you guys doing?
Is that the Blue Jackets?
Yeah. Jack Greaves is standing there, they put the puck in their own net, and it's like everybody's staring at each other. I don't know. It's just like beer league shit.
So that guy's got a 16-12-6 record, 908 save percentage, and 1 shutout. But yeah, I don't know. They're 20-24-20-7. So you never know, though. I mean, you know how it is. They could come in and absolutely,
anybody, any night.
Yeah. And then let's see. Oh, we got a back-to-back. So we got the Blue Jackets on Wednesday, and then the Bruins in Boston on Thursday. Dan Vladar is apparently he's going to be back soon. So I I would hope to see him somewhere soon here. They have some injuries as well. Nothing big. Zadorov and Harris. That's not a big deal. They are 5th in the Atlantic at 30-20-2. And the last time we played them, Boston beat us 4-3, December 2024. How does that make sense? Anyway, you can watch that on NBC Sports Philly Plus. You got to look for that. Type it into your app. But we all want to beat Boston. That's obviously something that we're not going to stand for. And then, Jesus Christ, dude, then we could play the Kings at 12:30 on Saturday. We better hope that
Darb is back. Yeah.
The Kings are 5th in the Pacific, 21-16-13. Darcy Kemper is expected to play. Their injuries as of now is just Andre Kopitar. And the last time that's going to be in Philly. You can watch it on NBC Sports Philadelphia. And the last time we played them was December 29th, 2024. And it was a 5-4 loss. So it's a big week here. It's this is another one of those make or break weeks. It's tough shit here. But yeah, we'll see how that goes starting tonight with the Islanders. We can get into alley talk, and that's brought to you by Iron and Steel Threads. All right, Alley Talk's brought to you by Iron and Steel Threads. Go to www.ironandsteelthreads.com. Use promo code Old City 10 for 10% off site-wide, and portion of the proceeds go to youth hockey organization. Sorry, I was just checking out why we were taken off Facebook, and it's funny. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna get into it here. This is the meat and potatoes of the pod. Let's see. So the Avalanche, while we were bending them over the woodshed, their radio guy is an absolute loser. So I do have. I'm gonna see if it'll come through.
All icing here. Probably to wave off all the icings in a 4-goal hockey game with 2:09 to go in the third. David Mills, Joe Mahan disagree. You hear that? That's a bunch of people who have chosen to leave a city on purpose for a lot of reasons. But they continue their fandom. This is Denver, Colorado. This isn't Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You left for a reason. Leave your allegiance there, too. 1:55 to go in the third period. Want to be a Flyers?
Oh, hold on.
Band, stay in Philadelphia.
So it's just that's a little ridiculous. Now I posted we got a really good reaction from people from this, which I was hoping we were going to. I got to tip my hat to Crossing Broad from just sharing our thing out and using ours, but not giving the credit for it. That's funny. Also, kudos to you guys. Matt Peretta went to Knuckle Mania the other night. Whoa. And took some pictures for Olde City Sports Network. Hats off to Matt Peretta for that. And yeah, Cross Abroad, kiss my ass. You're not using our pictures. They asked to use our pictures, Matt's pictures, for their website. And Matt was like, should I? I said, absolutely not. Did they not have a photographer there? They said, yeah, you just had a cell phone.
What a fucking...
You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the hell, dude? No, and thank you, because I know ours are better. Anyway, this is crazy. This is absolutely wild. I just don't understand. Well, I understand, but I know that they're getting like ripped, but like for you to say like your allegiance. So if you move anywhere, so if I move to Boston, I'm not supposed to root for the Flyers anymore. I will say I was very shocked by the chant, though. That was cool.
Yeah. Watching the game, there was a ton of Flyers fans there, but at the end of the day, dude, how about you? This dude needs to go play a quick game and go fuck yourself. How about that? What do you mean leave your allegiance? Who does that? What do you mean leave your allegiance there?
He was dead serious.
Yeah,
Like,
and
you're the
type of guy who got caught in high school with a dime bag and you ratted out every one of your friends. You have zero loyalty. You have no loyalty to your friends. You have no loyalty to your fucking city. You have no loyalty to your team. You should be fucking ashamed of yourself. What a jerk off. And he's only saying that because they're getting waxed.
Absolutely.
You know, I think the Avs thought this was a layup for them, that they were just going to come in, you know what I mean? Game at home. They're just going to fucking spank the shit out of us and keep it moving. That's just not what happened. And now you sound bitter. You sound like a fucking bitter broad.
It's child. I can't think of it. That's a good way of putting it, actually. I can't think of a better way to put it than what you just said. But like the only thing that comes to my mind is, dude, that it's such a sore sport. Like, dude, he was complaining, like he was bitching because they were this is Denver, Colorado, not Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Leave your like, shut the fuck up, dude. Is that real? That can't be real. Like, and Brandon Paul says for the podcast that if that was a Flyers broadcaster, it'd be the end of the world, and it would be. But like you said, they were getting hosed. Like it was 7-3. When you have a record like that, I'm sorry, but I know that any given night, but when you're the Colorado Avalanche and you give it ends up like that, that can't happen. You have a record like 35, whatever. Dude, that cannot happen. You have 6 regulation losses this season. That's atrocious. And this is a good point though, because they have the goalies that they have. We literally made their defense look like shit, which is what they have. They have a great defense. That's why they got away with for so long the goalies that they have. It just didn't work out. And this is a great example of it. And the fact that I thought I knew the guy's name, but apparently it wasn't that guy. And I don't know. I don't really care. But yeah, you guys got to look at that because that just made you guys look like absolute Nancy's. That was
insane. It's insane. You have a team. You have the second best forward in the NHL in Nathan McKinnon. Brock Nelson, who's been absolutely stellar all season.
Who's a veteran.
Yeah, and it was on a crazy point streak, and he would have kept it going. But I think he missed the net a few times. But you have Cale Makar. You have dude, shut the fuck up. Just take the loss. You know what I mean? Like, take that loss. It's okay. It's all right to fucking lose one. You know what I mean? But then you want to bring people's allegiance into question and why they came to. Bro, it's Colorado.
Yeah, let's not talk about
it's a goof. It's a
Colorado to begin with.
Right. You got a lot of fucking room to talk. You're a fucking bunch of weirdos over there. You know what I mean? Like, and then you want to say like we left for a reason. You don't know what. You don't even know if we fucking left. We might have just came to your barn just to talk shit because that's Philadelphia, pussy. Like,
that's
go fuck yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
So how about you play a quick game and go fuck yourself? Keep your fucking mouth shut. Nobody listens to that radio anyway. Dickhead. Got me all fired up.
Yeah, that's why, dude. That's why when I saw it on, my experience with Reddit this week, I was like, no, we're not doing that. I literally shared our game poster, and they were like, "Whoa, we got people for that." I'm like, "Oh no, my bad." It went viral though, but at the same time, like, yeah, I kind of don't want you guys to be anywhere around here. But I saw it and I literally said to Lens, I was like, I cannot believe what I'm hearing right now. Like, I know that we're not the most professional, and I don't care. I don't need to be the most professional podcast there is. I don't care. That was so unprofessional. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I think that may have been what, I mean, they literally made fun of Denver Barkey's name. Like,
yeah, that's insane.
That's just weird. But anyway, moving on. Good topic. Yeah, just I love that. I love that he did it too. That was great. Yeah. And kudos to all the fans that showed up there. That is, like you said, that's Philadelphia. That's what the fuck I'm talking about.
Fuck yeah.
Here's a good one. And like I said, everybody listening, call in. OCSN landline 302-615-0744. Who leaves at the deadline? So obviously it's coming up. And you have to make some room for some of the younger guys. Which also on top of that, I don't know why we brought Hunter McDonald with us. We didn't even use him.
Yeah.
And going back to our episode last week, we did not bring Ty Murchison with us. But I don't know why we brought Hunter McDonald. I've been wanting to see him play for a while. Brandon says, I think Urson leaves at the deadline. I don't think so. Not at this point. It depends on if Vladar comes, but he can't leave. Can't trust Kolosov and backup. Can't trust him to change the urinal cakes in the bathroom. That's like
really.
I don't want him anywhere. I don't want him in the stadium. Like I don't want him checking the parking lot. I don't want him anywhere. Who do you think? So who would you say? So realistically, but who would you like to see? So who do you think is going to go, and who you would like to go?
So a lot of talk about Tippett, and I don't think he's the guy I would want to move. No. I think the guy for me that I would want to move is TK.
Oh,
that's because his play, he turns the puck over a lot, and especially this season, he's looking a lot of pass first instead of taking a shot. Like the last few games, he's passing, and I want him to take the shot.
Right.
But I think he's a guy that carries a name that you could possibly get something for. But I'm just tired of some of the play. I think he's a name you could get something back for him. Again, and as far as Erson goes, like I don't think right now you got to work it out because Kolosov ain't it. So you might have to keep him to the end, and until you can find someone to fill a spot. But right. Another dude as far as prospects go is like Jet Luchenko. I think you could, possibly shop him around and see what you could get back. And I don't know but I like Tippett for the speed alone, for his ability to break the blue line. It's not always a dump and chase for him. Like he's one of our players that'll break the blue line and carry the puck and try to make a move, which I like. And I just don't see TK having that. And I think you could get more for TK.
So Greg Montour says Drysdale or York for a stay-at-home defenseman.
Yeah, and that was real quick, and that was one of the things like Rasmus Anderson. I really wanted them to go after him because I really want. They're boring players. Stay-at-home defensemen are boring, but they're effective, right? You don't get that flash and right, but they're effective. I want a big body blue man, stay-at-home defenseman, someone that could throw the body. All that. What Risto showed. I want what Risto showed in his 2 games when he came back before he left again, right? Where he was throwing the body, staying at home, proper defense in the right position for those 2 games.
So yeah, I mean, it's so tough now with the Drysdale, York, Zegras saga, because now and I know it's like juvenile, but at the same time you really have to put some stock in the fact that if you get rid of one of them, the way that the people are nowadays, dude, they may not play and they may want to be traded as well, or anything can happen when you do stuff like that. That's why when we got Zegras, I didn't even think about it. Obviously I was like, okay, well that's cool, but at the same time, now that we're here in it, the other week we talked about Drysdale going, and Wade talked me out of it because he was he's young. And yesterday the post game for the Avalanche, Tocchet said that the people that don't speak up on the bench usually were speaking up on the bench yesterday. Drysdale was one of them, saying, let's enjoy this moment. Blah, blah, blah. That's huge for me. Like talking is huge, but you also have to do it too. You have to do what you're supposed to do. And the Drysdale thing scares me because more than York, I'm fine with York staying. Am I going to talk shit? Yes, it's going to happen. It doesn't matter who you are. It's going to happen. So like the Drysdale thing only scares me because he's fragile. And you can't be fragile as a defenseman on the Philadelphia Flyers. I don't care what year it is. You just can't be. The guy that I told you guys about, I would like to get Logan Stanley.
Yeah.
That guy he's a monster. I got him right here. He's left-handed, but he's 27 years old. He's 6'7", 231 pounds.
It's a unit.
So,
fucking unit, dude.
He's with the Jets, and this year in 50 games played, he's got 8 goals, 9 assists, 17 points, and 95 PIMs, and a plus-minus of 1. Let's see. And this is his best year as a Winnipeg Jet. And he's up. He's ready to rock and roll. He was a first round pick in 2016 for the Jets, 18th overall. And he's up. He's going to be a free agent. So like, I want a mean defenseman, and he's fucking mean. Like, he fights, and he's mean. He's who we want. He does score, so he's got a little bit of offensive edge to him. 8 goals, 9 assists. So that means he's for those. He's been in the area of the net. So that's not really the stay-at-home defenseman that you want, I guess. But at the same time, it's only those couple. He's got, like I said, he's got 8 goals and 9 assists. So it's not too many. But I think that's the guy you need. When the scoring's on, and you don't really need him to score. Can he? I guess sometimes. But I would say that you got to ship off Risto. You got to make this happen. And you're going to pay for it. You're going to. Like, that's going to happen. So my thing would be, we need Risto gone. That the Ryan Ellis saga has ended. I don't know who's dealing with him now. He's been all over the place, and he's at home chilling. But like, you gotta. Risto is just not the guy. And the thing that sucks is you're not going to get as much. You're going to eat the whole contract. You're going to, because everyone knows that he's hurt, and he's always hurt. So that's a huge issue. For me, it would be Risto. Bring in Logan Stanley. I don't know who would take him. I don't know I'm not getting into the particulars or anything like that. But obviously you want to see Erson go at some point. Like Brandon said, that's not, or like we both said, and Brandon said they get rid of him. That's not going to happen. There's no way until Vladar comes back. But I'll be honest with you. I don't know who's backing up the backup in Lehigh, but I would keep Bjarnason down there. I don't want to mess with his development at all. Ship off Kolosov and Erson somewhere. Do something with that, because that is not the answer in any way, shape, or form. I think you go with what Corey said the other week and go after what was his name? Gustafson, which I could have used for Moron of the Week. We absolutely decimated that guy. Obviously a Wild fan, but TikTok, he took the L there. Yeah, I think that's a great move. If you get a Logan Stanley in my mind, and you get Gustafson, that solves a lot of issues. And then you get 2 of these goalies here. You're going to pay some money for Gustafson as well. You're going to spend money here. That's what's going to happen.
You have to.
Right.
Yeah.
We can't avoid that anymore. So right. I don't think you can really mess this up. You can. I mean, I guess you can, but I mean, I'm convinced that Danny B listens to Flyers Alley. Some stuff has happened that we've talked about that have been off the wall. That happened. It was like, what the fuck just happened here? I think that's your answer. What we said, you got to do that. The Tippett thing, actually, that is the next topic, so we could segue right into that. The Tippett trade rumors. I don't have anything for that. I don't know. I just have seen on social media so much of everyone getting rid of Tippett, and you had brought it up. I don't know if that's the answer now. And I think the rumors, you can't really go with rumors because they get started by people that are just morons. But it is, I'm seeing it on higher levels. If you're getting rid of Tippett, dude, something's got to something serious has to come back. But like you said, I mean, TK, I mean, I don't know if I'd be on board with the TK, but something like that has to go. Like a Brink. I don't know if they'd get rid of TK, but I know that they would get rid of Brink. So yeah, it all depends on the return. Especially for, but then so now that I say that, Tippett's gonna go on a dry spell, and he does that. So like, all of our stars do that.
Yeah.
Which is funny why, like I said, when everyone was torching my boy Hathaway, we were talking about Mitchkov had, what was it, 1 goal in 15 games?
Yeah.
We're not going to torch him, though. So I think the attention needs to be on the people it needs to be on. But like Tippett and TK, they go dry. We're missing Forrester. Someone's got to step up constantly. Dever Barkey's stepping up. So, I mean, but the one thing that you did say, I Jet Lachenko, too. I'd be okay with that. But
right.
The Tippett thing, I just don't see too much in it. I don't know if I'd be on board with that. He's a big guy. He's fast as shit. He's if you notice, which I know you've noticed, he's reading the ice at a ridiculously high level because he's taking the puck and he's just breaking away more than he should be. So on teams like the Vegas Golden Knights and like the Avalanche. So I don't think he's the one. I agree with you there. So I would say no to the rumors. Greg Monthor says Tippett and Barkey have played well together. They just need a center to go with their speed. And Jet Lachenko's not that guy.
I was just about to say that. Like, him and Barkey have played extremely well together. Now, if you could bring in a center, but I like I said, like, I just see, as far as Tippett goes, I just think he has more of. I think his play's just better than. I would rather keep him, like, gun to my head, pick one, like TK or Tippett. I'd trade TK, and that's just for the simple fact that I think TK turns the puck over more. Just like, at crucial points in the game, like at crucial do or die moments in the game, do or die moment in before it goes to overtime in Utah, turns the puck over. Crucial time in overtime, turns the puck over again. Like, all these moments that absolutely matter, he falls short. And I get it. I get that's going to happen sometimes. Like, your star's going to drop the ball. At the same time, as well. Yeah, Zegras got his pocket picked. Yeah, Zegras got his pocket picked, right, the other night. It was the same way Hathaway. There was a lot more distance between the defense and Hathaway, right? But it's the same type of deal, right? Playing with the puck, got too close, throw it on net, whatever. Same type of deal. But, yeah, I just see that Tippett as just speed alone, speed that he has, and the fact that he doesn't turn the puck over as much is all reason to keep him. Now, having said all that, if an offer comes in where you can get something good, then we got to have a talk. But that, like I said, that offer's got to be nice. That's got to be a nice offer.
So I think we could still have the discussion of the phones are on for everyone. And I mean everybody.
Oh, yeah.
I mean everybody, and that is Zegras too. That's everybody, because you got to get something in here. I will take that slightly back, actually. Zegras, I'd pull him a little bit back behind the line, but everybody's got to have a price tag. There's got to be a phone connected to every single guy, because there's people that are calling, and I know they're calling for a TK Tippett. I would think Brink, because I was connected to Minnesota. I believe there were people calling about Ristolainen until he just got thrown on IR. So, I mean, you got certain things, and that's where it kind of bothers me, because if, say, Drysdale or York does play well, people are going to call for that, and now you got to really sit them down like they're fucking children and be like, listen, guys, we have to split you up, and how do you feel about that? And then all of a sudden everybody's emotional, and I don't have time for that. So, there's a lot of issues when it comes to who we're going to take, and even the Tippett rumor. I don't think the only problem I have with Tippett is when he doesn't score. He kind of like he puts himself on the bench emotionally. You could tell that he's got. I understand you're getting upset, but we need you to make that better. We don't need you to sulk and mope and shit. So he does that. That's when he goes on stints, and I don't like that. But I like Tippett. So I don't know about the TK thing. That's
Now you talk about
tough.
Oh yeah. And the TK had some against the Knights. He had a fucking fantastic game. Put the team on his back.
Yeah.
Took us to the promised land. Like, I love that. But you got to weigh out the risk reward. Is this a guy that we're just going to turn the puck over and make mistakes? And now, so I want to ask you a question, right? So you said should be a phone on anybody. Would you put a phone on Martin?
No.
That's what I was going to say. I hear you on everybody. There are a few that I think you just don't.
So actually, I like that. If you don't mind, I want to talk about that now. If you do that, well, so I would say prospect wise, the phone, you can't put it on. You can't put it on Martin, and you can't put it on Nesbitt. I think any of the other prospects, 100%. But yeah, when it has to be on for everybody else. I mean, Zegras after his maybe second year, like it'll be what are we doing here? Haven't heard back from him or anybody about his contract as well. So like, I don't know what's going on there. That could be just a move. I think that's a goalie move. I think they're waiting for some stuff to happen here, see what's going on with Vladar. Then that's going to end. Yeah. But I would not answer that, and that's what makes everything next year that much better as well. And everybody has to remember that the Flyers are in a rebuild still. That is still happening. I think it has moved into retool area because they're doing well. Like I said, we're 4th in the Metro, and we're 2 points from tying with for 3rd place. So yeah, it's still good. Everything's still good in Flyers land, but it's tough. Last week was fucking tough, so I can understand everyone being mad. But all right, let's get into Beauty of the Week, brought to you by Warlord Beard Oil. All right, Beauty of the Week is brought to you by Warlord Beard Oil. Go to www.warlordbeardoil.com. Use promo code OLDSPORTS in all caps for 15% off site-wide, and $65 or more gets you free shipping. So Brandon, Greg, you're out there. I don't know where Corey is. I think he's trying to get back to
he's going through it.
The South. You got for Beauty of the Week. You could do
you go first. It's more than chicken cutlets for me, I'll tell you that.
Okay. That went viral, by the way. That was it was insanity, dude. Everyone fucking loved that shit. You gotta love chicken cutlet, though. I mean,
it's classic.
Get the old way to get that going. I'm so glad I'm off the board more. Anyway, so last week I did the Charlotte Bell thing. Again, she was awesome. Can't do that this week. So I'll say I'll throw 3 in here. I'll give Urson 3. I got to give Urson 3, dude. I mean,
that's exactly what I was thinking.
Got to give Urson number 3. I don't have to explain it. If you watch the games, you know what's going on. You're not living under a rock or Kensington Bridge. It's. I don't know what happened. I would love to know what happened to make him, decide that he was going to do that. But yeah, Urson, and then I got to get. It's kind of hard to not give it to Barkey. Barkey's doing great. And I don't want to do the typical tip because Greg is literally following exactly what I'm saying, right?
Oh, geez.
So TK had a good week. I want more from him, but yeah, honorable mention, Big Meech. I give it to Big Meech. He's still around. Okay. Yeah. A guy at work was like, "Is he really that out of shape?" I said, "I don't know, dude. I'm more out of shape than him, so I don't know what they're talking about. I mean, if he is, it's taking way too long to get into shape. I hit some fucking Ozempic there, bud. But I don't know. But yeah, and like I said, Greg Montour said Tippett, Urson, and Barkey. It's hard to not put those guys in there, So that makes sense. Brandon, we're waiting for you, you slug.
Okay, so obviously number 3, I totally agree with you. I'm going to say Urson. He's a huge reason why we came out of these games with some points. And if you notice, the organization leaned on him. I don't know. I don't remember all year we going back to back with goaltenders, and this dude played all week. They didn't even look at Kolosov. They didn't even look in his direction.
I don't want to look at him either.
Probably you look at him get fucking hepatitis.
Give him a cup and tell him to, start panhandling, dude. Start contributing to the organization for something. My God.
Go stand out. Yeah, go stand outside. Play the ukulele. Trying to win a couple bucks. So Urs gets the number 3. Number 2, I want to give it to. I think I'm going to give it to Dvorak.
Yes, nice one.
Devo had a great week, and I just every time he's on the ice, I find myself in some group chat I have with somebody, whether it's you guys or my other boys or something, saying, "Dude, he's such a good pickup. That was such a good pickup." Right? Because I remember we got him. I was like, dude, no. And I thought it was a little too much. But, dude, he's worth every penny. I love that. Dude's great.
Worth the movement clause?
Yeah, I don't know. I think so. I think so as a vet where he's at, I would take him over Coots all day long.
The A said a lot. But Corey said that the other week, dude. I was I didn't even notice that. That's a big statement.
Remember we just went a season without a fucking captain. Torts was a maniac. Yeah. Torts would have never let that happen. But no, I think he absolutely earned that.
Earn the fucking letters now.
Yeah, he was a maniac. Yeah. He was great, but he's a maniac.
He was great, but he was a maniac.
Yeah, dude. He was he's like very Philadelphia, but God, was he fucking out of his mind.
Crazy.
And then one, I'm going to give it to Tippett. Having a Hattie on the road against the best team in the NHL. How could you not? And I will give the honorable mention to Meech.
Meech.
Having 2 goals in the game too. And I hope putting giving some spotlight to Urs and Meech kind of has like that Alec Boehm effect, right? When we were talking shit and he was like, I fucking hate this place, and he rallied around him, and then he started to play better. And I hope that kind of happens for these two, because I don't want Urson to be shit. I don't. That's like being on a plane and hoping that pilot crashes, right? I want you to do well.
We don't want you to be horrible. We want to.
Yeah, I do. I fucking want you to be great. I want you to win games. I want you to stop the puck. I don't want you to fail. Same thing with Meech. I want this dude to be fucking good. So I hope showing them some love will kind of cultivate a little fucking juice for them.
I will say on the Mitchkov thing, dude, he's starting to creep up on his stats from last year. Quietly, slowly. Last year he had 80 games played, 26 goals, 37 assists, 66 points. He did finish with a -18. He was on the ice a little too much for them goals, but 49 games, he's got 12 goals, 15 assists, and 27 points. He may not be coming up on the points, but the goals are he's starting to creep up a little bit. So maybe lay off the big Meech. He still hasn't even hit 200 pounds. So
and they say he's out of shape.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm 215, and they're saying I'm a fat ass. What's going on?
On a good day. Yeah. On a good day.
Greg Monthor says Dvorak missed the empty net too. Laugh out loud.
I know.
Also says Mitchkov is the only one to score an empty net on this team. Laugh out loud. Yeah. Is he really?
No, I mean this week.
I hope this week. Hey, listen.
I think it's just this week. That was just
Greg, settle down with that. Greg, hey, remember Greg's coming down here soon.
Yeah, I want to meet him.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's very tall. He scares my children. Kids are what the? I don't know if is it this week?
Is he big what's the dude from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
He's tall.
The chief.
Tall man.
Teach him how to play basketball.
Yeah, he's up there. All right, well, let's get on to more on the week. It's brought to you by Olde City Sports Network.
What the f***? Where's that sound coming from?
Like I said, we said February 7th through the 13th. Oh, boy. Okay. You better hope you can get down here, bro. It's like fucking Antarctica down here right now. All right, so yeah, Olde City Sports Network. Go to www.oldcitysports.com. Check out what we got going on over there. Right, so we have a guy that goes into these groups, and it ends up always being Flyers talk on Facebook because people are just mutants. We are gonna start probably having more on TikTok because we started that up, and those people are just as bad. Stay away from the other one though. The other one's fucking bad. Reddit. Anyway, so from Flyers talk, we got Brian Crail, and my guy tells me that he may be the new. I don't know if you remember Leo Donahue. And Greg Montour.
I've seen this dude talk too much shit. This dude's a nut. Greg
Montour says Moron of the Week should be the commentator from Colorado. We already torched that guy. Fuck that guy. So this is Brian Crail from Flyers Talk on Facebook. If you're interested in losing brain cells, if I was the general manager of the Flyers, you'd see a cup within the next 2 to 3 years and multiple this decade.
Did you see? Because I seen this post. Did you see what I commented?
But I did not. I didn't even see. I'm not there. I will not go near that because it counteracts my medicine. I feel.
Brian Crail couldn't fucking manage a Denny's. Okay, he wants to be a GM of a hockey team. Get the fuck out of here.
So, like, what is it that we're doing so wrong that you would do right? Yeah. So, I'm gonna personally, I don't know which one. I think the Old City's profile still is in there. I'm gonna throw it in there and tag him. I would love to hear what you would do differently because I don't think.
Yeah, you can. That's a big statement. I'll tell you what. That's a big statement.
2 to 3 years, isn't that where we're at right now?
That's a big statement, but you better back that up because I need to hear what your plans would be. Because you can't just say that and then fucking. You got to come back with. You got to tell me what you're gonna do.
So I have a second one though. The second one actually is the one that I'm kind of like, what's happening? So this is also Flyers talk because, like I said, it's just is what it is. Dustin McPherson throwing the towel. # tank for McKenna. And then it's actually like a double header because the comment from Samuel Staines, which I really hope that's not your last name, bro, because that's just no wonder you're this miserable. Been a fan for 45 years. This team is the worst. And then I took a screenshot or my guy took a screenshot, sent it. This has not been the worst Flyers team. I think that is the worst. That's worse than the throw in the towel for McKenna. I hate the tank. It's that we're not tanking. We're not going to tank. We're also not going to get McKenna. Like Corey said at the beginning of the season, he wanted above 500 hockey. We're above 500 hockey. We're not going to get him. The Islanders got the first pick last year, and they were on 500. So, like, tanking does fucking nothing. I don't know why no one can put together that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Anyway, this has not been the worst team the Flyers have had. Like, I think the 2000, what was it? The 2000, come on. Not 10. God, there was one who I can't even remember. Actually, I'm going to Google it right now. Worst Flyers record in franchise history. It's like I know there's one that was just like ugh. Worst record in worst Flyers record in history. There we go. The Philadelphia Flyers' worst season in franchise history was 2026-27 when they finished with Jesus Christ. Finished with a 22-48-12 record.
Huge.
56 points, marking the fewest wins and most losses in their history. That season saw a franchise record 45 point drop off the previous year, resulting in a last place finish in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, and he's been a fan for 45 years or whatever the fuck.
You just forgot about 2006 and 7, I guess. I knew there was one dude that was just like
dipshit must have been in a fucking coma.
Right.
For the whole year. Fucking idiot.
Yeah, I'm gonna be 40 this year. So like what the fuck are you talking? What are you talking about? That's bad. That's real bad. just so you know, the Flyers record at this point is 24-17-9. And like I said, we're 4th in the Metro. So you're just a fucking idiot. That's just an absolute statement. We had a bad week, which it sucked, but you just absolutely fell off like a moron. And you made moron of the week. So not the worst team. Anyway, all right, let's move on. And then we'll get out of here. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we're going to do the promo. Let's Dust Up brought to you by Polished Commercial Cleaning LLC. Dog Cooper comments, says, would like to know what's going on with Jesse's fantasy team. What's wrong? You guys are undefeated, 15-0. People are sending me, I'm done. I'm out of the playoffs. Hey, yeah, do I hear sabotage? You do. That's what that is. It's like chess, buddy. I don't know. I will say that I've never seen 15-0. That is absolutely stellar. And they have not made very many changes at all. So,
yeah,
you guys.
Well, there's always going to be one or two teams that are going to play lights out when you have fucking 20 teams.
Yeah, right. He says, "Do I hear sabotage selling your whole team?" Yeah, but I mean, I'm not going to do the.
How about that?
And I will say this too: if anybody went 15-0, at least I would like the NHL, the network's NHL team to be the guys that won over everybody else. Yeah. And he said the Canadians know what they're doing. Yeah, we'll see. I'll see about the Olympics next month. Okay, I don't think it's gonna be that well. Anyway, yeah, so there was a fight this week. It was Noah Juleson versus McBain, and it just was like two fucking little girls, actually one little girl fighting over a 2-2. It was bad. It was bad news. I do like Juleson's play lately, but don't do that. Don't.
It bothered me because, like, you see him on the bench, like, getting all fired up, and, like, he looks like a mean guy. And then he dropped the gloves, and he looked like a little fucking bitch.
Whatever he took that one game, he
was on the bench, like, fucking losing his mind.
It looked like Dipper status.
Yeah.
You know, something was going on there. I know that the smelling salts do some shit to you, but that was like, Yeah,
he was a little...
every game do that. I don't care if it's bad for your health. Just get in there. And don't open palm, try to smack somebody when you're fucking fighting. That's not going to work either. It's just McBain can fight. That's why I was like, you picked the wrong guy. Greg Montour says the Canadians don't know what they're doing because they selected Sanheim for the
yeah.
Clearly got picked because McCarr got hurt last year and they won. So right. Greg Montour hates Sanheim. I don't know if you can tell. But all right, with that being said, we're gonna wrap this bad boy up. You got a final thought? Because it doesn't have to even be hockey related. Actually, if we can do it that way, it might be a little interesting.
Well, I'll keep it. I'll give you 1-1. Keep the juice going. You ended strong last week. You got to keep the juice going this week. Got a lot of games. And I'm here for it. I'm making a ton of food today. Costco had fucking sale on lamb chops. I'm going to make a couple racks of lamb and like a jerk off. I'm going to get all fat. Oh, dude.
I'm going to get all fat.
I'm going to get all fat. I'm also making brownies with ice cream and chocolate syrup. And me and the little one are going to go sledding, dude. We got like a whole day planned. Maybe try to get some more trades on fantasy because fuck that, dude.
Dog Cooper says Greg Montour and Drew Dowdy. What was that?
Yeah.
Give him one before he retires.
Yeah, right.
That's true. Sounds like a good day. Final thought. It's gonna be a good day here. I'm gonna take a crack at. Well, I'm gonna go whip through, clean the house. Flyers are on 7:00. So me and Shar and hopefully I think my neighborhood is coming over. I didn't know, but so I'm like, we're gonna rip it. I have off tomorrow, so even if I didn't, I can't get the fuck out of my house. So I can't get out of the neighborhood. at all. Yeah, Flyers, Islanders later on. Gonna be a doozy. I feel it's gonna be some boring hockey, but the Coors Lights are gonna take care of that. And Dalton Cooper does say, I know Greg says looking forward to seeing you guys soon. Yeah, dude. Let me know what's going on with that. Message me after we're done here. I totally forgot that it was going to be that soon. And Dalton Cooper says Kings and Blue Jackets got postponed. Yeah, actually the Islanders flew in before. Apparently, I was like last night they got in here, so it wouldn't get postponed. So that's thank God, because if there's nothing to do today, I don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, with that being said, make sure everybody goes to Facebook, likes us, and follows our pages, Flyers Alley and Old City Sports Network, Twitter at Flyers Alley Pod 1, and Instagram at Flyers Alley and Old City Sports Network. Excuse me, and go to YouTube. Make sure you guys follow and subscribe. Make sure you go to TikTok as well. We're on there. The Reddit page is getting literally shot into the sun. So we're not going to do that. And make sure you go to www.oldcitysports.com for your favorite OCSN podcast articles and more. And visit our merch shop at ocsn-shop.fourthwall.com for all your favorite OCSN pods merch. That being said, Armin, thanks for coming in. Thanks for doing this with me. We'll be with you guys next Sunday. Maybe we'll have Wade or Corey. I don't know what's going on there, but maybe it'll be me and Armin. We'll see you guys next week.
Right on, brother.